The definition of a schema is an abstract devices that organize vast amounts of info and guide our perception.
Hello, chemistry class. Yesterday, if you can remember, we talked about these 5 specific elements, and we actually put them in order from most reactive to least reactive on the reactivity scale or spectrum. So I want you to, if you can remember what it was that we talked about yesterday and what order these were in, go ahead and write those down on the piece of paper you have from most reactive to least reactive.
Remember which one it was? No, I really don't have time. I know it's different first, but I think it was that.
You guys having some problems?
Yeah.
Sometimes it's hard to remember these.
Yeah.
So I'll just go ahead and show you a real quick trick that I actually use, a mnemonic device that I use to help me remember the reactivity series. So what we're going to do is we're going to take the first letter of each of these elements and then put them into a sensible phrase that will help you remember this order. So I want you to just go ahead and write this down on your paper. King, Napoleon, Pain, marching, along.
As you can see in the video and in the class that we just demonstrated, we just used a specific schema called chain mnemonics to more effectively allow our students to remember elements that are difficult to remember in a series that makes them easier to remember. So specifically, these students were trying to remember 5 elements in the reactivity series. It was difficult for them to do so I gave them a phrase, King Napoleon came along, so they could remember the first letter of each of those words and then more easily associate those words into a specific order of the reactivity series.
So the next thing I'm going to have you do is I'm going to have you write the different parts of the plant and the animal cell. So on your paper, just go ahead and write the differences between the two. You can compare them. Just write some different stuff about them on your papers.
Sweet. And like similarities too?
Yeah.
Okay. Hey Mallory, do you notice there's a lot of things to write down?
There is a lot of things, and
It's kind of hard to
it's
keep it
kind of
all.
a mess.
Yeah, it's hard to keep it all organized when we're just writing it down.
Yeah. I wish there was a better way to do it.
Are you
Yeah.
guys having trouble comparing and contrasting the two cells?
A little bit. We're just getting
Just
more
kind of
confused.
organizing the info, yeah.
Okay, so I'm going to teach you a way that helps you organize the information so that you can better understand the differences and the similarities between the two. So up here we have what's called a Venn diagram. So up here you make 2 circles, one for plant cells and one for animal cells or whatever you're comparing. In one circle you write down the information about a plant cell, the next one the animal cells. And then in the middle, where they connect, you write what they both have in common. In this scenario, the students in the classroom were having trouble comparing and contrasting plant cells and animal cells. So as the teacher, I gave them an organizational tool, which was a Venn diagram. So they were more easily able to compare and contrast the 2 different cells and then have that visual so that they can remember that better.